Seeing and All Knowing on YouTube and The Knowing on Facebook. Coming to you with another video, coming up with an update about the missing young lady who was on the boat. If this is your first time on my page, please consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the bell so every time I come on, you will be notified. Also, hit the thumbs up for your girl. Those of you who do not know, I am Dr. Lisa, and I bring reactions. We talk about things. I'm a motivator, a motivational speaker, an encourager, a therapist, a counselor, a professor, all of those things all up into one. I want to welcome you to the channel, and I want you to come on and let's get started. And welcome to the chat. You never know what you're going to get over here with the doc. But I want to get some updates, and I want to just tell a few things that has went on. I'll see who's coming in a moment. Hey, Miss Joanne. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Hey, Miss Ivette. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this Friday? Hey, Miss Mike Carter. How y'all doing? This is your girl. I came on early. My shoulder is killing me. It really is. But this one thing that I found out, that you have to stay consistent out here. If you're going to be out here, you must stay consistent, and that's what I'm going to do. And the Lord has really blessed the channel. The channel is growing, and that's a blessing. Hey, Miss Juanita. Hey, girl, you need to call me. I've been trying to call you. You need to, we need to talk, you know, you need to do the front of my hair. So, I'm going to call you when I get off. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Please hit the thumbs up. If you don't know where it's at, you'll see an X up in the right-hand corner. Click that X, go back out, hit the thumbs up, hit chat, and you come right back in. Hello, and welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the live. I'm going to get started because I got to go to Facebook. It's about the mother. I want y'all to listen to something. Thank you so much. I know, Miss Joan, you just don't know. It's really bothered me to the point where I am talking about, I'm ready for the surgery. But, of course, I got some doctors who's saying no. So, hopefully at the end of the month, I go back and see my cardiologist and take some more tests, and we'll see where we stand there. Of course, I'm not going to do it without their blessings. But this pain got to stop too. Thank you, Miss Ivette. It's just, I don't know. It's just, and y'all know I'm in physical therapy. And the guy that I told you, the medical masseuse, you know, I went last week. Hopefully, I'm hoping they're able to get me in this week. This is just something that I just have to do. It's just a cost I just have to put in the budget, because it brings a lot of relief off of it after he finished massaging and everything. So we'll see, and I'm going to continue to trust God, because I'm telling you, God will send a blessing that you don't even know is coming. A blessing will come to you. Let me tell y'all how a blessing will come. You know how when they do things and you, like, say for instance, you was with a mortgage company. Oh, I know how you feel too, Miss Ivette, baby, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, because I am extremely hurting. I even had to spray my arm down with the Biofreeze, and I'm to the point where I don't even care how it smells. Let people think what they want to think. It doesn't even matter. But you know how you can go to these, you know, like say for instance, your mortgage companies, just use that, you know, because that's what really happened. And say for instance, you overpaying. You didn't know you was overpaying for the insurance. Yeah, I've been praying. I heard that it was coming y'all way. So I'm praying that everything just works out and it won't be too much. Won't be no damage or anything. And nobody will, you know, will be hurt. Because sometimes wind can be the worst. Hey, Miss Jean. And so So I guess they was taking out too much money for the insurance. And somebody filed a class action suit. And y'all know how I don't trust folks. So when I opened it and I looked at it and I said, it looked like a chick. It smelled like a chick, but I don't know. And I can't put it in my account. They missed my account up. Thank you. Yeah, you're right, Miss Joanne. Thank you, Miss Ivette. So, of course, I called the company and they said it was legit, told me, but I still didn't believe them. I took it to my bank and I told myself I want to speak to the fraud lady because it's a fraud person in the bank. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it is. So they said, okay, hold on a minute. And so she said, come on in. And she was talking to me. She said, what's the matter, doc? I said, I received this check. So she looked at the check and everything. She put in some numbers. She called. She said, the check is legit. I said, well, I tell you what. I want y'all to hold it for 7 days until it clear. And don't put it nowhere in my account. And I'll be back. Because if is this a blessing, I ain't trying to save it. I don't want to save it. And that happened maybe a year or so ago. And let me tell you, he an on time God now. Yes, he is. He on time. So that's just the story that I know. I know he's gonna work everything out. Sometimes how your faith get a little, but I know he's gonna work it out. He's gonna work his shoulder. He's gonna work it all out. Yes, it was for a person, and she said we don't have to hold. I said, oh no, don't run it through my account. Y'all hold it, and I'll be back. 7 days I went back. And I think they were trying to call me. I would never answer. I said I ain't even gonna answer. I'll find out when I get there. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on a second. So, um, and so I went. And so after 7 days, I went there. And she was like, the check was good. I told you that." And she said, "But it's been cleared and all that." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "I said no, no, give me all my money right now." Hold on a minute, y'all. Hmm. Okay. Till still is not feeling good. I hope she go back to the doctor because I'm sorry, y'all. But that's what happened, and it ain't like it was a huge bunch of money, but baby, them $500 was 500 more than I had, so I was happy to get them, and it blessed the Lord. Give me if it's $10, I'll be happy. So just a little spiel about that. I'm just grateful because he don't have to give you nothing. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Child, they said one. Let me see what they say. It's the one of them Burberry's hats or whatever, honey. It was a gift, child. Somebody bought it for me. I ain't even took the tag off of it. I just took these off. But yeah, thank you, Miss Rhonda. I hope she feel better. I didn't even take the tags off of 'em. I love hats. Y'all ain't noticed that I love hats, caps, anything. I absolutely love them. I'm gonna let y'all hear this, and then we finna talk about it. So y'all listen now.
County mother is looking for answers days after her 21-year-old daughter went on a Memphis riverboat cruise and was never seen again. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. Today marked day 3 of the search for Tamia Taylor, who was out celebrating her birthday tonight. She vanished. WREG's Ashley Paul joins us live now from downtown.
Y'all listen now.
After speaking with her mother, and Ashley, what did she tell you?
Thank you, Miss Joanne.
Steph, she says her her daughter, 21-year-old Tamia Taylor, was supposed to meet her cousin here at the Memphis Riverboat Cruises harbor to continue those birthday celebrations. But when her cousin got here to meet Tamia, she was nowhere to be found.
Something deep.
Notice now, you know I have to do a recap so they won't get me. She was supposed to meet her cousin after they returned from that riverboat. She was just turning 21. She has 2 kids. She's a mother of 2. And when he went there, she was nowhere to be found. Hey, Miss Scott, he couldn't find her. This is her mother talking. Remember, I told you her mother had to come from Covington to Memphis to file a missing report. Y'all listen now. I am going to be stopping it because I got to stop it so they won't get me. And when I say get me, that means YouTube. They will not, they will not say, okay, she's just playing somebody else's video. I'm actually reacting to it.
Down inside of me tells me she is alive.
A mother holding on to hope that her daughter is still out there 4 days after she disappeared in downtown Memphis.
4 days.
I think that she went out with a group of people that maybe she thought was her friends, because Tamia always saw the good in people no matter.
Notice what she said. She went out with some people who may not have been her friend, but she always saw good in people. You got to be careful seeing so much good in people. People show you what they want you to see. Let's move on.
What?
Tamia Taylor was out celebrating her 21st birthday on board the Island Queen riverboat cruise. Memphis riverboats took to Facebook expressing sympathy for the family, but saying video shows Taylor was on the boat as it returned to the harbor. Deborah says she believes that is true and thinks the people she was out with that night know exactly what happened to her.
Her cousin called and said that he went down to meet her, and when he arrived, he was told that Tamia was unable to be found. He asked them then, "What do you mean?" The young lady.
They told her the cousin she was unable to be found. That's what they told her. Continue. Let's continue.
And stated, "We do not know where she's at."
She suspects foul play was involved, but right now, Memphis police aren't saying much. We did see investigators searching the area where the boat docked earlier today. When asked, they said this is an ongoing investigation. So tonight, while she waits for answers, Deborah clings to her faith in God that one way or another, everything will be okay.
Good or bad.
Hello,
he
Miss
allowed
Harris,
me to
baby.
spend 21 years with her. So I have plenty of
That's the
memories.
mother.
So can't nobody take that from me.
Now, police are asking anyone who was on board the boat that night or anybody that might have any information to contact Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. Reporting live downtown, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News, Channel 3.
Now, let's talk about it. This young lady went on a river cruise boat. Oh, yes, they know. Oh, in my hearts of hearts, I honestly believe they know where this woman is at. Or they know what's happened to her. Child, I'm trying to find the one where they interviewed her, honey. Where they interviewed the guy. Look at old Carly, y'all. Y'all, child, I wasn't even thinking about Carly. Look at her. Look at old Carly here. Y'all remember Carly, don't you? Y'all get a good look at old Carly. Child. I wasn't even looking for Carly. Y'all look at Carly. Look at Carly. Look, girl. Y'all, Carly finna get... y'all look at Carly. Carly just decided to come up on my telephone. Y'all, look at old Carly. I wasn't even looking for Carly. I wasn't looking for Carly. And Carly don't came up. But you know what? I ain't got time to talk about Carly right now. I'm on another mission. Y'all, hold on. You know they commercials got to play. Hold on. I'm going to need for y'all to hear something else. Oh, Carly don't came up. Jesus.
Price of your flight, so you can decide when to book.
Yes, Miss Mike Carter.
Knox has new details about what happened on the cruise.
Listen.
She sees the good in everybody.
Tamia Taylor's mother, Deborah Taylor, is hoping for the best, but she has so many questions.
No one knows.
That's the mother, y'all.
Don't understand how.
That was the doorway.
The Island Queen Booze Cruise to
Let me
celebrate her
calm down.
21st birthday
Tell
with
me,
some
look at old
friends.
Carly coming up
But
on my
Taylor's
phone.
mom doesn't think
That's
she's
them.
getting the whole story.
Only thing they told me was she went upstairs on the second floor to use the bathroom. She put her phone down on the table. We picked her phone up. We went and waited by the door for her to come out, and then we left. Why would you leave?
Now that makes sense. I told y'all that last night. She put her phone down. She went to the bathroom. Young folk don't usually put their phone down. I don't even put mine down. You take your phone with you. Then they picked up the phone and go stand by the bathroom and then they left. That's a lie and the truth ain't in it. Allegedly and in my opinion. Let's continue.
It makes no sense. Y'all came together. You stick together.
Memphis police say investigators are exploring every possible scenario. The company Memphis Riverboats posted on Facebook that it has reviewed video that is circling around. She was seen as the boat was pulling into the harbor, adding, "We have no reason to believe she could have gone overboard." News Channel 3 reached out to the company to explain what video they had watched. An employee at the business who did not want to be recorded said they reviewed videos posted on Snapchat. We asked if the boat had cameras of its own on board. The employee did not want to answer. The mother's questions remain.
I do feel the people that she was with, I do think that they know more than they're putting out. I do think, and I do have enough sense to know she didn't just leave her. She didn't just disappear.
Jessica Knotts, WREG News, Channel 3. And again, we have reached out to the people Taylor was with that night. We're still working to get a response.
They still working to get a response. That's still not that. I'm still looking for another one. And I don't need Carla coming up on this. What her lying self. And I ain't got to say allegedly. She is lying. Remember, they found out she was lying. So I ain't got to say allegedly.
Today, there has been a search here along the banks of the Mississippi River for any sign of Tamia Taylor. Her mother telling me she made the trip here to downtown Memphis to celebrate her 21st birthday on a riverboat cruise. But that entire time, that mother also telling me she always had a bad gut feeling. Where is Tamia?
Her mother said, that's the video I'm trying to find. Her mother said she had a gut feeling that this her daughter should not go on this cruise. She told her that. But you know, when we get grown, and she said she just had a mother intuition that it wasn't good. See, that's what going to work trying to find friends. We need to leave work, and friends, home. Keep your personal business at home and you work on that job. Because everybody ain't your friend. Let's continue.
Taylor. The question on law enforcement and loved ones' mind Monday morning as they search for clues as to where the mother of two could be.
We all out here because we love her. We care about her. We want her to return. Whether she come back alive or whether I have to bury her, I need closure because I am hurting.
It was supposed to be a big 21st milestone birthday weekend for Tamia.
That's all she had talked about all evening, all week, coming out, celebrating. No, I didn't want her to come. Why? It was a mother's intuition. And look what happened.
What was your gut feeling?
Not to come.
You just thought something bad might happen?
Correct.
But what happened remains the question. Memphis police issued a city watch alert early Sunday morning. Tamia got on a boat with 3 other friends Saturday night, but when the boat docked, Tamia could not be located.
No one knows anything, and I don't understand how. The only thing they told me was she went upstairs on the second floor to use the bathroom. She put her phone down on the table. We picked her phone up. We went and waited by the door for her to come out, and then we left. Why would you leave? That makes no sense.
Deborah believes people know more than they're letting on. She's making it a mission to get answers.
This is not nothing that we're going to let go as if though she was a nobody, because she's a somebody. And if no one cares, I care.
Shay Arthur, WREG, News Channel 3.
We did reach out to Memphis police for any updates in this case.
So the police ain't saying much. They're not going to say much. We have found that out. The mother is hurt. The mother didn't want her to go. The mother felt, that something was going to happen. But let me tell y'all something. Mothers do have that intuition. Some of y'all are mothers, so I don't have to tell y'all that. One thing I can tell you, if my mother tell me not to go somewhere, she don't feel right about it, I don't go. I do not go. If anything comes up and she'll say something like, because, I let my mama know my movements. And if I say something like, mom, I'm doing, about to do this, about to do that. And if she said, I ain't got a good feeling about it, don't go. I don't go. I don't go. Lord Jesus, yes, it is. And her mother needs closure. See, it ain't just her mother wants, her mother needs it. When your child like that and you don't know. And so therefore, I tell my mother, I say, if I'm going to go somewhere, I say, how you feeling about it? What you feel? What you see? And she'll tell me. She said, I don't think you should go. Let me put in missing off the riverboat. Because it's another one. It's another one that tells this interview that they did with that guy. And when your mother tells you, I don't care what nobody say. When your mother tell you something, you better take heed to it. Because mothers, they know. They get a sense of feeling. I don't know. I guess because we're their children. But the mother gets something in and she'll tell you. Don't do this, don't do that. I know my mother will. She'll say, I don't feel good about it. My mother said, she said, I just don't feel good about it. And when she said that, I said, I'm not going to go. I always say, tell me how you really feel, mama. Because I don't want to go if you do not feel like I need to go. And she tells you exactly how she feels and what she thinks. Just like this lady got this intuition. That's right. My mother used to be the way too. If your mother tell you, I'm feeling some type of way and don't you go, why would you go? Let me see, is this the one that we probably don't heard?
I am a primary
Hold
care
on a second,
physician.
John.
I'm frustrated, and it is not.
A Tipton County mother is looking for answers days after her 21-year-old daughter went on a Memphis riverboat cruise and was never seen again. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. Today marked day 3 of the search for Tamia Taylor, who was out celebrating her birthday the night she vanished.
I think we saw her.
Ashley Paul joins us live now
Yeah,
from
we saw
downtown
them.
Memphis after speaking with
It's
her
just
mother and
it's just so much going on now that you can't afford not to listen. We don't look for that one. We don't saw that one too. And she was so happy. And when her cousin got there and realized that she wasn't there, he started questioning. Well, where could she be? What do you mean? Because they said she got back on. She got on it. They was in a line. Then they want to say that she met somebody and they gave her a drink. Well, it's a guy that like a taxi, coming from the boat transporting people. He came, he came and he said, let me get this scam off of him. He said he saw them and he asked them they need a ride. He said she was, wasted in his opinion. She was wasted. And he said that they refused to ride, but said she was with two women and one guy. And he said that he saw it 2, 3 days on the news, and he called him and told him. He did an interview with him and told him that he do remember them. And he said he saw her on land. That means she got off that boat, and what did they do to her afterwards? And all this is allegedly. Thank you, Miss Mike Carter. Y'all, please thumbs the video up, and please don't mind sharing it. I think it was on the one that I sent to you. Because it was a long one, Miss Jean. Let me see, honey. Thank you for helping me out, baby. Let me see. That is the one. That is the one, Miss Jean. Because remember I said I seen it earlier. Okay, here it is, y'all.
For answers days after her 21-year-old daughter went on a Memphis riverboat cruise and was never seen again.
Whether she come back alive or whether I have to bury her, I need closure because I am hurting.
It was supposed to be a big 21st milestone birthday weekend for Tamia.
That's all she had talked about all evening.
It sure
all
do.
week, coming out.
Yes, she was last seen off the boat. You'll hear it in a minute, Miss Scott.
Why? It was a mother's intuition. And look what happened.
What was your gut feeling?
Not to come.
Just
You
thought
okay,
something
Miss
might-
Barbara?
Something bad might happen?
Correct.
A witness who claims he saw her on dry land
This
after
is
the
a
cruise.
scam.
He
I
saw
can't
her off that
find.
boat. Yeah. Their search for
You,
answers got them
oh
in touch
God.
with
Hold on, y'all. That's the guy that I was telling y'all about.
And look what happened.
What was your gut feeling?
Not to come.
Just thought something bad might happen?
Correct.
a witness who claims he saw her on dry land after the cruise.
You saw her off that boat.
Yeah. Their search for answers got them in touch with Jay Munn, a golf cart taxi driver who says he saw Tamia Taylor with two women and a man after her cruise returned to port.
She was intoxicated, and she was, very intoxicated, and she was with some other people.
It's a lot of rumors going around. It's a lot of people saying that me and two of my friends have drugged her. We killed her. It's too many rumors going around.
Whether I get her back alive or I have to put her in the ground, God is in control.
21-year-old Tamia Taylor is a vibrant and loving young woman. Most importantly, she's a dedicated mother to her two children, a son and a daughter. Originally from Hernando, Mississippi, Tamia made the trip to Memphis, Tennessee with 3 co-workers on the night of September 9th. Tamia looking forward to turning 21 and made plans to celebrate her birthday on the Midnight Booze Cruise, a 2-hour cruise and party boat that boards at 10:30 p.m., departs at 11:30 p.m., and returns at 1:30 a.m. for people 21 and older. Tamia and her cousin made plans to meet up after the cruise to continue the festivities, but she never showed up. After calls and texts from Tamia went unanswered, her mother then contacted her friends and was told she never made it on the boat and that they haven't seen or heard from her. Her mother immediately contacted officers to report Tamia missing. She is described as 5'7" and was last seen wearing a beige shirt, black jacket, white shorts, orange socks, and white shoes. 3 days would go by, and there was still no signs of Tamia.
Today marked day 3 of the search for Tamia Taylor, who was out celebrating her birthday tonight. She vanished. WREG's Ashley Paul joins us live now from downtown Memphis after speaking with her mother. And Ashley, what did she tell you?
Yeah, 2
Steph,
children,
she
Miss
says her
Joanne.
daughter, 21-year-old Tamia Taylor, was
I watched
supposed
her
to
channel
meet her
also.
cousin here at the Memphis Riverboat Cruises Harbor to continue those birthday celebrations. But when her cousin got here to meet Tamia, she was nowhere to be found.
Something deep down inside of me tells me she is alive.
A mother holding on to hope that her daughter is still out there 4 days after she disappeared in downtown Memphis.
I think that She went out with a group of people that maybe she thought was her friends, because Tamia always saw the good in people no matter what.
Tamia Taylor was out celebrating her 21st birthday on board the
I'll show you in a
Island Queen
minute. Hey, Miss
Riverboat cruise.
Eva.
Memphis Riverboats took to Facebook expressing sympathy for the family, but saying video shows Taylor was on the boat as it returned to the harbor. Deborah says she believes that is true and thinks the people she was out with that night know exactly what happened to her.
Her cousin called and said that he went down to meet her, and when he arrived, he was told that Tamia was unable to be found. He asked them then, "What do you mean?" The young lady then stated, "We do not know where she's at."
She suspects foul play was involved, but right now, Memphis police aren't saying much. We did see investigators searching the area where the boat docked earlier today. When asked, they said this is an ongoing investigation. So tonight, while she waits for answers, Deborah clings to her faith in God that one way or another, everything will be okay.
Good or bad, he allowed me to spend 21 years with her. So I have plenty of memories. So can't nobody take that from me. Since her mysterious disappearance, police have employed boats and aircrafts in an effort to locate her. The Memphis Police Department has said it is exploring every possible scenario as it continues its search, including the possibility that she may have fallen overboard. According to them, Tamia was last seen around 11:30 p.m. boarding the Memphis Riverboat's Island Queen cruise. However, Tamia's friends and family have called for police to increase efforts in their search for the missing mom of two. Like most missing cases, rumors and theories began to circulate as all eyes began to focus on downtown Memphis riverboats and the three work friends Tamia was with Saturday night. According to them, they all headed to Memphis around
They had to
7:30
pay.
p.m. that evening and arrived around 9 p.m. The friend indicated that Tamia had already been drinking and taking shots while the rest of the group were smoking. Before boarding the cruise, the group walked the strip along Bill Street and linked up with other friends around 11:15 p.m. After boarding the cruise, the group began to celebrate, even capturing footage of Tamia dancing and inside of the boat. At some point in the night, Tamia went to the bathroom on her own and was gone for over 15 minutes. The friends claimed to have split up and searched for her while the boat was still moving, with one going down to the first floor of the boat where the bathroom was located. He then alleges that the group of friends searched the entire boat and phoned
Amen, Miss
police and
Joanne. She
Tamia's
seemed to be a
family when
very
the cruise
strong
arrived
woman.
at 1:45 a.m. Tamia was still missing after a search of the boat and the nearby pubs on Bill Street. Keep in mind, these were the same friends that initially told Tamia's mother
They had to
that she
pay
never made it to
$40 to get on the boat and
because they
search.
didn't
Yes,
see or
ma'am.
hear from her.
$40. They made them pay.
We're not giving up on this situation. This is
I
not
don't know,
nothing
Miss
that
Mike
we're giving
Carter,
up on.
but I don't know why they had to get
48
around for
hours and no
$40.
answers on 21-year-old
I'll call my uncle back.
Taylor's disappearance. Friends and family quickly organized a search party around Memphis riverboats Monday to find the mother of two who disappeared on her 21st birthday.
Our people are this way, our people are that way. I don't see where is search and rescue? Where is the Navy, the Coast Guard, somebody? We just, we really care about Tamia. We love her, and we just want to know the truth.
Taylor's mother, Deborah, says she doesn't know much, but she does know her daughter came to Memphis Saturday night from Hernando to meet up with three work friends to enjoy a cruise around 10:30 p.m.
She was with them, and then she had to go to the bathroom. She put her phone down on the table, and they picked the phone up and proceeded to wait for her at the door. I don't know what made them leave, but they left.
While groups search along the river, Taylor's mother hopes surveillance cameras will provide more answers.
Whether I get her back alive or I have to put her in the ground, God is in control. Following Tamia's disappearance, Memphis Riverboats shared the following statement. We would like to express our sympathy to Tamia Taylor's family and friends in regard to her being a missing person. We can confirm from video footage circulating around that she was last seen on the boat as the boat was pulling into the harbor where we dock our boats. We have no reason to believe she could have gone overboard
and we will be respecting MPD as they conduct their investigation. Tamia's family wasn't buying it and began their own efforts to find out what really happened to Tamia that night, with the cruise company even charging Tamia's family $40 each for a ticket to board the boat themselves to search for any clues that may have gone unnoticed. One of Tamia's work friends, Quandera Jenkins, has spoken out in his own defense, adding that his only desire is to find Tamia. Another individual claimed to have seen Tamia on dry land after the cruise docked. He described her as being extremely intoxicated and pointed out that she was with two women and a male. He offered the group a ride, but they declined, continuing to walk in the opposite direction of the boat. The individuals who were spotted with Tamia have since been identified as Quandera Jenkins, Kanisha Poole, and Shanquilla Drake, whose Facebook profiles have all been deactivated since Tamia's disappearance.
Day, I spoke with Keonjay Jenkins, one of the friends that were with her, who says he has nothing to do with Tamia Taylor's disappearance, and all he wants to do is find his friend.
It's a lot of rumors going around. It's a lot of people saying that me and two of my friends have drugged her. We killed her. It's too many rumors going around.
Keonjay Jenkins, Tamia Taylor's work friend, says he wants to share what he witnessed in the hours before Taylor's disappearance. Jenkins says earlier Saturday, Tamia drove from Brownsville to Jackson to go shopping.
7:30, that's when we all got dressed and was heading our way to Memphis. Tamia was already drinking. She had her little bottle with her, and she was already taking shots. And we were smoking.
Around 9 p.m., Jenkins says they arrived, parked on Beale Street, and walked the strip. At 11:15 p.m., Jenkins says they met up with two more friends at Memphis Riverboat.
They don't.
While
They really
awaiting to
don't.
board, he says Tamia met someone in line.
Them two were talking whatever, and he was saying that, oh, so you a Virgo, she's a Virgo, so they started laughing and talking. So he gave her some money to buy her a drink so she could celebrate her birthday.
Jenkins says after the Island Queen booze cruise took off, the group of four celebrated Tamia's 21st birthday. He says at some point, Tamia walked alone to the bathroom and was gone for more than 15 minutes.
I walked down there to the first floor, and I was talking to Kanisha and Shaquilla, and I asked them, where's Tamia? They looked and said that she was just right here. So as soon as they said that, we all split up and searched the whole boat while the boat was moving, looking for Tamia.
Jenkins says the group of friends searched the entire boat, and around 1:45 a.m., when the cruise docked, they called police and Tamia's family. After the search of the boat and the bars on Beale Street, Tamia was still nowhere to be found.
I prayed that she didn't fall off that boat. I did somebody snatched her, or I did some people on that boat got something to do with it.
A witness who claims he saw her on dry land.
Remember
after the
this.
cruise.
You saw her off that boat.
Yeah.
Their search for answers got them in touch with Jay Munn, a golf cart taxi driver who says he saw Tamia Taylor with two women and a man after her cruise returned to port.
She was intoxicated. And she was, very intoxicated, and she was with some other people.
He says he offered the group a ride, but they turned him down and headed south on Riverside Drive on foot.
She walked away, and she walked toward Tom Lee Park.
Munn says he didn't think much of it at the time and headed off to find another fare. But days later, he saw her pictures and heard what had happened. He says the moment it all clicked was surreal.
Hey, maybe I've seen this person for the last time.
He says he wishes he'd known that night what he knows now, then maybe things would be different.
My heart go out to the family. I just, wish it was something more that could have been done, or, but hindsight is 2020.
That's right.
Since her
Not
disappearance,
cotton candy.
there's
That's
been
right.
public outrage on social media from friends, family, and even strangers, urging Tamia's so-called friends to come forward with any information, even comparing the case to those of Shanquilla Robinson and Kanika Jenkins. One Facebook post stated, "Don't ask me any questions, but the dude helped that girl all the way up the hill. I pushed the big friend up the hill because I was intoxicated myself. When he couldn't put her on the go-kart, he put her in a truck with some other dudes. For them to say they weren't with her is fishy to me. What really happened on that boat that night? Did Tamia, in fact, make it off the boat? As of right now, police have not spoken publicly about any leads or further information in the case, and her family says they will not give up until she is found." Memphis police will soon announce the involvement of the U.S. Coast Guard in the search for Tamia. The case remains ongoing.
Memphis police have requested the assistance of the U.S. Coast Guard to help find 21-year-old Tamia Taylor after 4 days of searching for her. Good evening to you. I'm Joy Redmond. My colleague, Joe Birch, is on assignment tonight. The mother of two disappeared Saturday night while celebrating
No, they're
her
not.
birthday
Cotton
on a
Candy, they're
Memphis
not.
riverboat
You all
cruise.
please
Action News
thumbs
5's
the
Stephanie
video up.
Douglas joins
Please
us
thumb
live
it
with a
up for
look
me.
at the activity on the
I'm
river
getting ready
right
to
now.
talk about
Stephanie?
it.
Well, Joy.
That's interesting, Miss Scott, because there are several inconsistencies with this story. Initially, they told the mother that she laid her phone down, she went to the bathroom, and they noticed it was 15 minutes. They got the phone, stood by the bathroom door, and they left. Then you have a man who says he saw them get off that boat, and she was severely intoxicated. Okay, then they go back, these same friends, and say they split up. I don't know if anybody ever been on a boat like this. These boats are not that big. They almost call like dinner cruises, to where you go out. You go out in the Cedar River, whatever. It take you downstream. And then you come back in. It does not last but 2-3 hours. I have been on several of these boats. And I don't know, and I guess the worker because of their job, but there are cameras on these boats. They know who's coming in and who's going out. The last one I went on, they took a picture of your ID that you had to get on it. So they knew who was on that boat. Now, if you didn't get on the boat, they would see it. Miss Scott, they see that you were not on that boat. They do checks and balances because remember now you going down a river. So then the police ain't saying anything because none of it sounds correct. And this cab driver, this taxi, this guy, he remembers her. And he goes back and he tells it. But it's no search. See, you have to look at what the police does. They said no search, but they're calling in the Coast Guard. Let me tell you, when they call in the Coast Guard ain't out here on land now. The Coast Guard is in the water. That's what they do. They call in the Coast Guard to help. There are things that's in the water. I had to learn this from just being on cruises. And the things in the water can alert the Coast Guard. It's something in there. The one that this particular cruise I was on, it was red. And if you can get around there, hopefully you won't be ate by anything. The Coast Guards can come to you. There is something in there, if you can get to it, that you can alert them. But they're calling in the Coast Guard to try to see. Now they're saying they don't think no way she could have got over in that water. Well, the man saw on land. So if he saw her on land and he identified them and she back in that water, who put in there? It's a lot of inconsistencies. And I know the mother is holding out. But I told y'all the longer a person is missing, chances are the outcome is not what we want to see. But it's inconsistencies. The police they're not talking because they don't want to jeopardize their case. And I don't blame them. But something is with these co-workers, workers, friends, whatever they want to call them. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody you work with is not your friend. Everybody you work with is not meant for you to go out and spend time with. It's not. You're going to have to look at the replay. It's not. I appreciate you coming on, but please look at the replay as soon as we're over. Everybody cannot be trusted. Everybody does not need to be in your circle. And let me tell you something. And I was told this by my father as a very, very small child. I told you I hunted with my father. Once my father retired from the Navy, I spent a lot of time with my father. And my father told me, Lisa Michelle, I don't want you ever drinking with anybody. If you want to drink, you drink with your sisters or you drink at home. And I was a small child, 8 years old, and listening to this. I never, ever forgot that. My father, I told you, we had a grocery store and we had a cab company. My father had 5 people working for him, and plus he drove himself. When I would ride with him on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and we would go to some of the worst side of town, and you would see almost anything happening. And my father told me, I went to cover up my eyes. I'll never forget it. He took my hands off of my eyes and said, no, I want you to look at this. Because this is what a drunk woman looks like in public. I don't know if that's the reason why I don't deal with a lot of people and I don't drink. And I tell people I don't judge people who do drink. But drink responsibly and drink around people who care about you. Because a lot of times people don't care about you. You have to pay attention. You have to be watchful. I don't intertwine with people that I work with. I don't go out with people that I work with. Do I talk to them and some of them are cool? Yeah. Been working with them forever. Some of them are. But new places I go, and I may just work a semester there just to go in as an adjunct and help them. I'm just going in on contract for that semester to help somebody out. You think I'm trying to get friends with them? I don't know them. I go in there, teach my classes, get in my truck, and go back to my respectable place. Because that's how I was taught. If I want to drink, I have a big house that I can drink in. I don't have to be out on the road and in the streets. And if I totally want to go somewhere, I have sisters. I have a cousin that's like a sister. I have a cousin that's my brother. I have Tia. If I want to go somewhere, I got people to go with. We got to be careful just getting so intoxicated that we don't even know who we with. And that is a lot of inconsistencies, like Miss Scott said, and these stories. I let y'all listen to about 4 or 5. I was trying to find that last one. Because to me, that was the meat of everything in that one. But the mother's holding out hope, so I won't take the hope from the mother. But this woman just didn't vanish. No. She's somewhere. And somebody know where she at. That's the moral of the story. That's correct. That's correct, Miss Scott. That's why I always tell y'all, I don't let people choose me. I choose them. Nobody gets close to me. Nobody comes up and want to talk to the doc and just want to hang out. I don't play that. No. I don't. And I don't care if it's just right down the street. I don't have to get in the vehicle with you. I got one. The Lord has enabled me to have one. So I don't have to go with you. I don't even know you. So that's how you have to be. And for God's sakes, if you leave that food and you go to the bathroom, or you leave that drink and go to the bathroom, you need to leave it right there. You don't need to touch it no more. Don't touch it anymore. And you heard it. You heard it here. Every time we turn around, we're listening to women and children. Things are happening every single day. This woman just wanted to celebrate her 21st birthday. And let me tell y'all something that I don't care about. I don't care because she got 2 children. She could have 3. She's still missing, and she didn't deserve whatever happened to her. That's right, Miss Joy, throw it away. We just got a few more, 1 minute and 30 seconds, and we're done.
An hour
ago, the Island Queen riverboat docked with dozens of patrons. Also, along with several investigators, are continuing their search for missing 21-year-old Tamia Taylor, but now confirmed the U.S. Coast Guard is assisting with the search. The agency has provided advanced modeling system. It's an in-depth tool used to track people or objects with limited information. They have also sent out an urgent marine broadcast for Tamia Taylor. They're also on standby to assist with anything further. Although MPD has not released any additional details on Tamia Taylor's disappearance, I can tell you this afternoon I saw several MPD investigators aboard the Island Queen riverboat with patrons to continue their search. This means one thing. This means that MPD still believes that this could be a key location that the 21-year-old disappeared. So now investigators are asking anyone that was aboard Saturday night at 11:30 p.m. to Sunday 11:30 a.m. 1:30 a.m. to contact them with any additional or any information they may have.
See, so they are searching that area for a reason. They'll continue to stay there for a reason. It's a reason for everything strategically that the police does. And sometimes you just got to let them do their job. But we can get back home to our children if we just be a little bit more responsible. You don't know these people. You don't know this wicked, evil world that we're living in right now. And the people that's coming up, they appear to be extremely evil. 20 years ago, you didn't hear about stuff like this. But people are too trusting. That's the thing. They're too trusting. They trust everybody. And you don't even know them to trust them. You would have thought what happened to Shaquilla Robertson, Cabo 6, and Mexico, you would have thought that would have taught us something. But it did not. It did not. And everybody want to tell me, Doc, we just want to live our life. I'm not trying to keep you from living your life. But you can live your life in a very safe way. You don't have to go out this way. You don't have to just die out this way. Or whatever has happened to you. We don't know what happened. People are putting people in sex trafficking situations, allegedly, taking your organs, allegedly. There's so many scams and schemes going on around. You don't know who to trust. This your friend, right? Why y'all ain't out there searching? Y'all was the last ones with her. Why? I believe the cab driver. I honestly do. Because if I went somewhere with somebody and they was on that boat and they went getting out, I wouldn't get off. I ain't going nowhere. Somebody better call the police. I ain't going nowhere. Our friend missing, we got on here with her and we going to get off him with her. Now that's what you do when you care about folk. But when you don't care about anybody, you just don't care. And I know, I can tell you when folks care about you. When people care about you, I don't care if you stand in an Airbnb and they don't even know you and you get sick and they knock on the door. Are you okay, Lisa? You all right? You need anything? That's when folk care about you. Oh, no, I never let you go by yourself and something happened to you. That's when people care about you. But folk who don't care about you, they'll let anything happen to you. Quick story, just quick story. I've been on here long. I've been on here too long. I was planning to be on here 30 minutes. When I was getting my doctorate, We had to go to residency. I do too. I definitely. But I'm sure he did that interview. I'm sure if he didn't contact them, Miss Scott, they contacted him. Yes, ma'am. Story time. Little short story. I had to travel to Atlanta. So it took me about 3.5, 4 hours to get there. And when I got there right at the time this meet and greet was going on. And we had to attend the meet and greet. So I got checked into the hotel. We were staying downtown at the Lowe's. Got checked in the hotel, got my stuff, put it down, and went straight down to it. I already came dressed because I knew I was going to be pushing for time. And so the thing that you had to do, you had to put your name, on there, which once you start going, they start calling, at that particular place, they start calling you doctor because they want to get it in your mind. See, once you speak it, you can bring it to fruition. So, of course, it was Dr. Lisa. And so I had to go around and meet 2 people that I didn't know. That was the hardest thing for me to do. So one of the professors, he was a business professor, he came up to me. He said, how you doing, Dr. Lisa? I said, I'm doing fine. How are you, sir? He said, I'm doing good. He said, you've been standing in the same place for 30 minutes. And you have not went and met anybody that you don't know. Do you know everybody here? I said, no, sir, I don't know none of them. I don't know them, and I don't trust them. And so I don't know who to go and talk to. He said, well, you got to go and meet 2 people because that's how you network and all this other stuff or whatever. He said, do anybody here look all right? I said, them people over there look all right, but I just don't know. So he said, won't you just try? He said, I'll stand over here and make sure don't nothing happen to you. I said, okay. And when I look back, I want to make sure I see you back there. He said, I'm not going anywhere. I went to the table, and the lady, her name was Dr. April. I said, hello, Dr. April, how are you? She looked at me and said, hey, Dr. Lisa, how are you? And I said, I am well. She told me she was from Florida. I told her I was from Georgia. And there was a guy there. And he said, hello, Dr. Lisa. And I said, hello, sir, how are you? And I was looking at his name, and I said, you got a funny name. And so he said, yeah, can you? And so I did pronounce his name. But his name was Dr. Scott. But it was his last name we was talking about. So he said, I'm from Georgia, too. What city in Georgia you from? I said, I don't know you. So I'm definitely not finna tell you. So I looked back, and the professor gave a thumbs up, like, okay, you seem like you're doing good. They ain't gonna do nothing to you. And so, we started talking. The young lady was really nice. Matter of fact, we was in the exact same program. And so she said, I'm going to meet some friends. I used to live in Atlanta. I said, oh, okay. She said, won't you come and go with me, Dr. Lisa? I said, I don't mean no harm, but I don't know you. So I can order room service. And so she said, okay. She said, I'll see you in the morning in the class. I said, no problem. So the guy, he said, well, I'm not going out anywhere. He said, do you want to grab a bite to eat? I said, well, I ain't going outside of this hotel with you. I don't know you. And he said, the restaurant downstairs. I said, I did see that they had a restaurant. I said, yeah. I said, I'll meet you down there in 30 minutes. He said, you going to come? I said, yes, I will be down there in 30 minutes. So I went, took a quick shower, and put on sweats and sneakers because I didn't know him. And even though we weren't going out the hotel, I still didn't know him. And I called my mama to tell her exactly what was going on. And I was going downstairs to eat in the hotel. They had a live band down there and all of that. And I would call her back. I said, give me 2 hours. I don't know how many people down there. And I'll call her back. Well, he turned out to be a very nice guy. And we just got into talking. The 2 hours had passed. And I hadn't called my mother back. My mother called that hotel. Her and the other 3, and the 3 siblings, all of them called the hotel and told them I was missing. My mama said my baby missing. She went to get dinner downstairs with somebody they had her to meet. It has been 2.5 hours. She ain't picking up on a cell phone and she ain't answering that room phone. Something is wrong. We know her like clockwork. Remember now, it's a live band. I never heard the phone, but the phone was with me, but I didn't hear it. And so everybody started rushing in, and I looked, I said, wonder what's going on. He said, I don't know. And so, all of them came over to the table. And they said, what is your name? And I said, why? And they said, ma'am, please tell us your name. So Scott, he said, her name's Lisa. And so they said, Lisa who? And he looked at me. I said, Lisa Michelle, and why? And he said, because your mother, your sisters, and your ex-husband is out on the phone saying something has happened to you. And immediately I go to my phone and look. And I said, I am so, so sorry. And they said, ma'am, you're going to have to come with us because they ain't taking no for no answer. So you're going to have to come go with us. So he was like, come on, I'll go too. I said, no, you got to. He was waiting to get his food boxed up. I had a salad, so I was done. We was just talking. And so I was like, you just go on. I'll go handle it, whatever. So, of course, we go in this room and everything. They pulled my sisters and my mama up, and I was like, Mama, I'm sorry. I was still down there. We was eating. It was full. It was a live band. Y'all, I started talking and all this other stuff. So while we're in the room, my mother just starts to just say, that's irresponsible. That was very stupid of you. We are all worried back here. Now ex, he's on his way to Atlanta right now. And my mama saying and her and my sisters was literally pulling out to come. So that's, I always knew that they would do that. But I would have thought my mother would have said, when I told her I was not going out that hotel, she would have known I wasn't going out the hotel. But she said, what if you had been forced out? They were looking at cameras to see that I did not go out the hotel. And they told her, she's in this hotel. She has not went out. But all of that is the reason why I am like I am. I'm a creature by habit because I do not want my mom and my sisters going over the top about to lose their mind because they think something has happened to me. And so I don't take that for granted. I apologize to them, and then I apologize to the security at the hotel because it could have all been avoided. So the guy, he called my room. He says, everything okay? I said, everything is fine. I just have a family that ain't going to take no for an answer. And he said, really crazy, the ex-husband. I said, no, he would have came. That's what he does. That's the field he's in. But this is the thing. What if I didn't have a family like that? Because when I get to start talking, I start talking. Literally, when I get ready to go online, I have to call my mom. I said, Mom, I'm finna go online. I'm not going to answer. Because, see, they're going to be in here coming in, hollering and everything. So I have to literally tell her that. So I know what that mother, I can imagine what she's going through. I mean, because after I got back in the room and after, and of course I did have a conversation with, all of them had to get on the phone and I had a conversation with them. Then I had to be, chastised by that ex, not that second one now. But that first one, I said, whatever, give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Okay, I made a mistake, but I have learned from that mistake. And I've had my doctorate 15 years, and I bet you I ain't done it again. No, I've not done it again. No. Because it makes people who love you worry about you. And that was just 30 minutes. And I said, Mama, you could at least give me an hour time. But you know what my mother told me? She said an hour could make a difference and us not finding you. And I realized that we were just like that. Because when we went to Florida, to Destin, we stopped at a store. My niece had to use the bathroom. And so my mom said, called my name, and I said, Mama, I'm not in the bathroom with her. She, So my mom, she said, So I guess the door, my mama pushed that, and my mom is a small woman. She pushed in that door. And my niece said, Grandma, she said, you don't leave our sight. You wait for us to be, and it got my mother upset. I said, Mama, let's just go on. Let's go on to the hotel. I told my niece, I said, just come on. Mama got upset and everything or whatever. And she said, don't you ever leave. If we ain't standing by this door, don't you leave. And, she was just fussing at my niece. And, of course, she started crying and all that other stuff. And, she was 12. I said, stop out of crying. Mama, she's okay. But I understand what my mama said. I said, at least you could have gave it an hour. She said, you made it in half an hour. So that's how you have to kind of think. And I guess that's why I'm so guarded. Hey, Miss Jackson, girl. Oh, me too, Miss Mike Carter. But if I don't tell, my mama's going to call. She going to call. She said, where are you? And a letter or something. I better be on talk to her. And a letter with every detail better be on this bed. Oh, yes, yes. It's almost smothering, but I realize my mother does it to all of us. Yes, it is. Your mother's the same way I am. I mean, she just said, I just don't want that to ever happen. And when she look at some of them stories, she said, I don't see how you look at it. I don't see how you talk about it. She said, because I would be out of my mind if something happened to y'all and I didn't know. So, that's the reason why, she's just very particular. And people say you have to, yes, I do. I literally have to call my mama 5-6 times a day if I'm not with her. I mean, working away, which some people know that I'm migrating back. It's time to move back. But my mother is just, she just like that. There has been great, great, great opportunities. I have told her, come and go with me. She have said, no, I ain't going, you ain't going. Yes, it is, Miss Joanne. And she just tell me, you don't understand because you don't have a child. If you had children, you'll understand exactly the way that I feel. And she's always been like that. So, I kind of understand. I feel so sorry for this mother. She's trying to be strong and everything. But the longer we're gone, and see, that's what made me so mad with that Carla Russell case. It really does. Because there's so many, and this is the reason why I don't like to talk about Carla. I don't. It was fun in the beginning talking about the canines, but the more I see these women are missing, and the more they come up and something wrong with them, the more I don't even want to think about her. Because there are true people out here missing. And ain't nobody looking for them. And everybody was looking for her, and she wasn't even missing. See, that's the thing that people need to realize. They think I just I don't make fun of it. I'm serious about everything that I say about her. She is the reason why they don't take a lot of us serious. People like her, I'm sorry. But it is people like her. I just kick fun when people just dare me to say something. But do you think I like talking about Carla? No, I don't. There it is. I told y'all last night the other night why I do it. Because don't nobody shut me up. No. But there's a lot of women that goes missing because of foolery. You just got to think, I'm grown. I can do what I want to do. Yeah, you're grown. But there may be some consequence, and you got 2 children back here. You've left 2 children. And I hate it, and I feel for her. I do, y'all. I feel. I know me. You talk to the one that's my BFF. They don't take it. They don't play. I mean, I could be on my way to church and ain't got there yet. She in the back. Where are you? Where are you? I said, girl, I'm out in the parking lot. I mean, is she peeping out the door? Come on, child, go on back in there and sit down. I hear you, Miss Outfit. We'll adopt you, honey. And I feel the same way. I do. I honestly feel the same way. And people are mad at me because they said Carly Blight. That's why they mad at me. They said Carly black and I'm black. And I shouldn't be talking about Carly. Well, I got a mind of my own. I am a motivational speaker. I'm a therapist. I'm a counselor. I think I know when to speak and not. I have not talked about the woman. I ain't called her this, that, and the other. I just say she was a liar. And she is. She told us through a lawyer that she lied. So that does make her a liar. But do I know this girl? No, I don't know her. Come on. That girl, what, 20-something? I'm 45. If I had her early, she could have been my child. Come on. Got nothing against that child. I'm just saying that she's a liar for you, but she did, but I ain't got nothing against her. Come on now. I have nothing against that child. Nothing. And she is a child up under me. Got nothing against her. I don't want nothing to happen to Carly. I don't. But Carly got to take some responsibility for her action. That's all I'm saying. But I don't want nothing bad to happen to her. I don't want Carly to go to prison and rot in there. No. No. They would never get over it. No, Miss Jackson. Thank you, Miss Joanne. You do too, honey. Y'all, I will be on Facebook in 30 minutes. I'm not changing. I'll be there in 30 minutes. I'll be there at 9 o'clock. If you're already on, I won't tag you in. I'll just only tag the ones that are not in. A lie is a lie. Wrong is wrong, no matter what. You know what, Miss Scott? I love your responses. Ever since you've been on the channel, from day one. Because you keep an open mind and you tell it like it is. And I love that about you. I do. 9 o'clock if y'all can come. Thank y'all for showing up and staying with your girl. We stayed too long. I'm sorry. But y'all, this is Seeing and All Knowing. And she'll see you in 30 minutes over on Facebook. If you can make it, if you can't, I understand. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.